13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
All eyes on that potential for severe weather. I'm going to take you through it, time it all out. That's coming up.
It's scary, especially for my wife being at home with me not here.
One man says his neighborhood is usually quiet. That wasn't the case this week. The attack in Milledgeville that has investigators trying to figure out what led to it.
And more money could be coming to your account if you filed your taxes with TurboTax. How to know if you qualify.
From Central Georgia to across the globe, how one Central Georgia school is making their mark worldwide. It's our School of the Week coming up.
Good Friday morning, Central Georgia. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown Macon. The time is now 6:31 a.m. on this May the 6th. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Wanye Reese.
And I'm Caitlin Heck. It is a beautiful start to the day. You see that sunrise there. But as we go into the afternoon, that's when things are going to start to change, Courtney.
That's right. A day to be weather aware. That is for sure. You're looking live on top of Atrium Health Navicent. The sun now has risen and it is beautiful looking out there. But like Caitlin said, that is going to change as we head into the afternoon as storms roll in. 68 right now in the city of Macon. Pretty warm out there. You definitely won't need a jacket. The dew point in the low 60s. So that's not necessarily super sticky. It's still humid, but not extremely high, and I did expect those to be a little higher this morning. That could be a good thing for us. 70 in Irwinton, but there's still plenty of day to go through. 68 in Byron, 68 in Perry, 69 down in Hawkinsville, and 70 in Cochrane. Area-wide, generally upper 60s and low 70s. So some spots already starting at 70 this morning. Definitely warm out there. Quiet, no rain to be found, but that will change potentially for the morning. Could have a few showers, but of course it's the afternoon where we're watching for severe weather. Between around 1 and 6, all of the area now under a level 3. Damaging winds still the primary threat for us, but 1-inch diameter hail and a couple of tornadoes still are possible as well. I'll take you through it hour by hour in just a few minutes in my full forecast. But of course, with that severe threat in play for today, be sure you have a way to receive weather warnings. Our app is great for it. You can download it in the App Store or Google Play. You can also scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen there. Once you go to the app, be sure you go to the settings. This is the most important part, and turn on notifications. So if any warnings fire up, they will go directly to your phone.
Thank you, Courtney. This morning, we've got an update in the strange case out of Milledgeville where a couple is recovering after an attack by a naked man.
Now, within the past 10 minutes, Bibb County Coroner Leon Jones released the name of the man shot dead during the attack. He is 25-year-old Tyler Wade McElhenney of Milledgeville. It happened around 5 yesterday evening in the 3700 block of Trophy Place. That's south of Eisenhower Parkway. Deputies got a call about a man assaulting a woman. When
they got there, they found the McElhenney lying naked on the front lawn, shot in his chest. Now, our Ramey Coleman spoke to a man who lives around Trophy Place. He says the situation is out of character for the neighborhood.
I wouldn't want to walk through the woods with clothes on, much less naked, so it's scary, especially for my wife being at home with me not here. So.
Ken Burns has lived in this neighborhood on Trophy Place with his wife for about 5 years. He says it's normally quiet and they feel safe.
She goes out every night with our 3 dogs, walks around the block after dark. Real unusual. All the neighbors know each other. It's usually quiet back here.
But Thursday afternoon, his neighbors experienced a scary situation. Bibb investigators say a 67-year-old woman was cutting her grass on a riding lawnmower when a naked man tackled her off the mower.
Trying to take her clothes off, her husband came out and supposedly I wasn't here, but they said he shot him.
The woman's husband tried to pull the man off his wife, but the man attacked him as well and then tried to go after his wife again. That's when the husband got a gun and shot the attacker.
We're all packing, even her, so if somebody comes in the house, we know how to use ways to protect ourselves.
In Milledgeville, Ramey Cohen, 13 WMAZ News.
Medics treated the husband for minor injuries. The sheriff's office says the woman went to a hospital and is stable.
Now, 25-year-old McElhenney died at a hospital. We don't know the names of the husband and wife. Of course, we'll continue to update you on this story on air and online as we learn more. The time is 6:35 a.m. Jury selection is now over in the trial for the man accused of killing Osceola teacher and beauty queen Tara Grinstead. Testimony is set to start Monday in Ryan Duke's trial. Yesterday, prosecutors and defense lawyers agreed on a jury to hear the murder charges against Duke. The process lasted just 1 week after being expected to last potentially up to 2 weeks. The trial is happening in Irwin County. Duke faces life in prison with the possibility of parole.
In your state news, we're learning more about what happened in the days after the 2020 killing of Ahmaud Arbery. Georgia prosecutors say his shooting death was followed by 16 phone calls between the local district attorney and at the time and a former employee later convicted of murder in the case. A grand jury indicted former Brunswick Judicial Circuit DA Jackie Johnson last year on misconduct charges for her handling of Arbery's death. No arrests were made for more than 2 months. In a legal filing yesterday, prosecutors said Johnson and Gregory McMichael spoke by phone the day after Arbery's killing and several other times before McMichael's arrest. Johnson's attorneys say there's no evidence she hindered the investigation. She said she immediately recused herself. Well, if you used TurboTax to file your taxes, they may owe you money. The company agreed to pay over $4 million to customers in Georgia who were misled by their free tax filing services. It's part of a much larger $141 million settlement across the country. An investigation found that low-income customers were being charged the tax site's free services. Around 134,000 Georgia customers are impacted. You only qualify to get payments if you used the service in the tax years 2016 through 2018. If that's you, prepare to get about $30 for each tax year that you paid for the free service.
I'm gonna have to check in with them. In election news, a reminder that this Sunday on 13 WMAZ will air part of a candidate forum we recently held with the Robins Regional Chamber. It's to get you ready for the May 24 primary. We spoke to those running for 2 county commission seats, that's Post 2 and 4, along with 2 Board of Education races for Districts 2 and 6. Sunday, you can catch a discussion with the Board of Education candidates. It's happening on TV right here on 13 from noon to 1 p.m. You can also watch the full forum right now on our 13 WMAZ YouTube page. It's the first Friday of May, and that means your calendar just got a whole lot fuller of the events that you can check out today in Macon and down in Fort Valley. Plus,
it's time to party because this morning is all about honoring you, Central Georgia, and your accomplishments. Stick around for our Central Georgia Celebrate segment where we could be recognizing you.
All right, the time is now 6:37 a.m. Courtney has been working hard there in the Weather Center this morning. The models are really not too much in agreement, but we do know it's going to be very warm, and usually that is pretty indicative to those afternoon storms that we typically see.
And as we said earlier, it's kind of during that time when kids are coming home, so that's the danger.
Yes, absolutely. This severe weather never comes through at a convenient time. There's never a convenient time for severe weather, but if there's any time that it's really inconvenient is when a lot of people are making their way home from work and school, and you can see that time on the upper right hand corner of your screen there between 1 and 6. So yes, that is going to encompass that commute hour for a lot of you on Friday. What's different as of this morning? Well, if you were keeping track with Ben last night, you know that level 3 of 5 started to nudge into some of our western counties. Now that encompasses all of the area. So all of us under that level 3 of 5. When it comes to the threats, damaging winds still the primary threat for us. And any severe storms, we're talking upwards of 60 miles per hour, and any stronger storms 40 to 50, which is still very dangerous. Now we're also going to be watching for large hail, potentially upwards of 1 inch in diameter, and a tornado or 2. That's also possible as well. And as we go through the afternoon, it's going to start in our western counties and then push off to the east throughout the day. Now, I did just check a surface analysis chart to see what in the world is going on, because the models don't seem to know, and I need to make my best educated guess for you. And so essentially what is happening right now, this line of storms that is bringing severe weather already to parts of Alabama and Florida, this is all a boundary out ahead of our front. So a short wave, a wave of energy. Our physical front is still all the way back out in Mississippi, which is going to make me believe the high resolution model more than the graph model, and I'm going to show you why. So this line of storms will continue to push east and essentially weaken. That's what I'm thinking, and bring us a chance for rain for the morning. Now, I do think the high res is being maybe a little dramatic, but nonetheless, we will have that chance for showers in the morning. Now, notice out to our west at this point, here's 10 o'clock. Here is that trailing front that's going to initialize better as we head into the afternoon, that front that's still back out in parts of Louisiana moving into Mississippi. So by 2 o'clock, this knocks on our door, bringing that chance for severe storms. You can see these little cells. It's those little cells that are tiny but mighty, and they can take advantage of that wind shear that will be present in the atmosphere later today. And of course, we will have a lot of heat and moisture. In fact, as you step out this morning, you're going to notice it's pretty warm out there and muggy. So heavy rain, that's going to be a given. Of course, that damaging wind gust threat still our big one. But 2, 3 o'clock moving over the I-75 corridor potentially. Now, the models have been changing a lot this morning, so this forecast still fairly fluid, especially as we get to midday. You're going to want to stay with us for for that at noon because we'll definitely have an idea of what's going on because this front will be getting very close, if not moving into the area. So here's 3 o'clock. Again, time a lot of students will be headed home. Administrators, teachers, just pay attention to the forecast. If severe weather is actively ongoing in your area, you'll just want to kind of delay, dismissal. I'm not giving you that right now. Do not go doing that right now. I'm just telling you to stay weather aware through the day. And that goes for everybody, of course, as you're making your way around. Between 1 and 6 is when we're going to be looking for that severe threat. Now, here's the graph model. This isn't picking up on what's going on back in Alabama, so I'm not going to buy this. I think our dynamics are way better than to give us pretty much absolutely nothing. Here's 3 o'clock. You can see isolated storms pretty much falling apart. Now, if this plays out, great. Our severe threat not as scattered, definitely more isolated. Timing still about the same. So that would be wonderful if that plays out, but I'm just not buying that with the dynamics that we have in the atmosphere right now. But we'll continue to keep an eye on it. So severe weather possible today. Be weather aware, have a way to receive weather warnings. Mid to upper 70s through the weekend. Mother's Day weekend looks wonderful. And then as we head into next week, we stay dry through Wednesday. Our next rain chance could come on Thursday.